Hi, this is Dave Weiss wishing you Merry Christmas from AMOKArts. This year I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you one of the most AMOK Christmas songs that there is. It's the song, The Little Drummer Boy. Now, I should probably tell you, because I'm sure someone might be wondering, yes, I do know that the little drummer boy was not a real person. I've read and studied the Christmas story from the Bible, and I know that he appears nowhere in them. He does appear in some nativity sets, and yes, I know that is woefully inaccurate, but then you probably have 3 wise men in your set, and they weren't there either. It's true, the Bible never says there were 3, first of all, and it appears as if they actually showed up about 2 years later with Mary and Joseph and Jesus living in their house, in their own house in Bethlehem. The Little Drummer Boy is actually the figment of the imagination of Catherine Kinmont Davis, who wrote the song about 1941. It's based on a Czech Christmas carol called The Carol of the Drums, which is where we get the pa-ra-pa-pum-pum thing from. So yes, I know he wasn't a real person, and yet today I maintain that the message of this song is hugely important and a big part of this celebration we call Christmas. Now, there was an uproar in our world this year. Maybe you've heard of it. It's happened in the past as well. But this year I received no less than 3 online petitions from people to various retailers asking them to reconsider opening on Thanksgiving Day. It seems everyone wants to get a jump on Black Friday and get their sales started early. You know what Black Friday is, right? Some will say it's the day when the retailers finally start making money, the day they go out of the red and into the black. I like what I read online better, Black Friday, because only in America could people trample each other for sales exactly one day after being thankful for what they already have. It's gotten out of control. I mean, when you're willing to hurt someone else to buy a Christmas present, you've lost the meaning. The gift has become more important than the giver, and that is just wrong. Now, please don't get me wrong. I love Christmas presents. I do. I love giving them. I love receiving them. I think they're a great way to show the people we love that we're thinking of them and that we value them. We all want to find the perfect gift. Maybe it's because somewhere deep within us, we still believe it is more blessed to give than to receive, though year after year our Black Friday behavior tells me otherwise. We've got to keep these things in perspective. The source of why we give gifts at Christmas is really honorable. Some say it's because the gift of the wise men, the ones that the wise men brought, and probably there weren't 3. And they didn't come on that first Christmas night, but they did, however, come. And their gifts were prophetic and valuable, and even though it feels to us like they were late, they were extremely well timed. Their gifts were gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold, the gift for a king. Frankincense, it was used in worship, a gift for a god. And myrrh, which is an odd gift because it's a spice used in burial, kind of like embalming fluid at a baby shower. It's not really appropriate, but yet prophetically, it is most fitting. It's a gift for someone who would die. Think about it, the gifts for a god, the gifts for a king, and the gifts for someone who would die. These gifts were all prophetic symbols of who Jesus was and who he would be. But they were also really valuable. And many scholars believe they were what made it possible for Joseph to care for his family when they fled to Egypt a short time later. So on one hand, you have these guys who look like they showed up late, but actually they showed up right on time with what was needed, and this was a banner day if you think about it. A large group of pagan astrologers, wealthy pagan astrologers, who show up to worship Jesus. God used them, and he used their gift. They had the means, and they gave, and that is a wonderful gift, but not everyone has the means. What about them? Should they go into debt as many of us do? What does everyone else have to offer? The other reason we give gifts is to commemorate the gift God gave us in Jesus. The gifts themselves are fitting. It's the attitude that needs work, which brings us back to the drummer boy. Think about those words, "Come, they told me." The newborn king to see, our finest gifts to bring, to lay before the king. The drummer boy gets his invitation to go and see baby Jesus. He's a king and everyone is bringing gifts. Well, that's all well and good, but not everyone has the money for a great gift. The kind they think they would have to give to a king on this joyous celebration. This joyous invitation is not so joyous for the drummer boy. Little baby, I am a poor boy too. I have no gift to bring that's fit to give our king. Folks, I want to take this out of the realm of just Christmas presents for a moment, because I think a lot of folks in the church have this attitude, and it's wrong. The drummer boy thinks because he has no money, he has nothing to offer. In the church, most people think if they can't sing or preach, they have nothing to offer, and that's just simply not true. We need to learn the lesson of the little drummer boy, because you see, he comes to a conclusion. I can't give Jesus a physical gift, but I can play my drum for him. Now here's where the song has a flaw. If you thought myrrh was an inappropriate gift, imagine being the mother of a sleeping newborn when some joker offers to play him a drum solo. The song says, Mary nodded. Now, I'm pretty sure it was more like Mary said, no! If you play that drum, you really will meet Jesus. They probably would have been better off calling the song The Little Flute Player or something soothing. I'll play my flute for him. But that's a songwriter problem, not a principal problem. This little boy realizes he can't give the expected gift, but he still has a gift. And so he will offer what he has. Friends, that's what we all have to do. Remember how the song ends. Then he smiled at me and my drum. Faith is never about offering what someone else has. It's never about what you don't have. It's about offering the best of what you do have to God, and trusting that he can use it. The Bible says each one should use whatever gifts he has received to serve others. The rich should give out of their means, but they're not off the hook for the intangible. The poor still have something to offer. The wise man had something, the drummer boy had something, and you have something. What is your gift? The baby in the manger was the most important gift ever, but he didn't stay a baby. He grew and he lived and he died and rose again to become the greatest king this world will ever see. And he is God's greatest gift. Don't bother telling him you have nothing to offer, because he knows you do. What gift do you have to bring to set before the king? May God bless you richly in this Christmas season. I pray that you are blessed beyond belief, and I pray that you would be a blessing. God bless.